Hey, what's up, everybody? I know it's still a kind of dark video. My phone doesn't really catch a whole lot of light. So I decided to start this vlog early today because it's day two of 369 and I'm ready to move. As sore as I am, as exhausted as I am. So yesterday when we were moving in, the people that I live above decided they were going to throw on some really loud fucking music, and I'm moving in. So at that point, it really doesn't matter. We're, carrying stuff upstairs from the truck. Of course, you don't want to hear that. I mean, and this was outside, and they did not have their windows open, the doors open. Their shit was just that loud. And I was like, all right, they're going to be trouble. So today, we couldn't get my couch in. So my uncle took my couch. So I have to get a new couch. But, um, like, the doorway's kind of weird. It's like a really thin doorway. I guess the only way to get a couch like I had up here is um like using like a pulley system off of the balcony. So anyway, I don't have a couch. So I was like, you know what? Still got my bed. I can make my bedroom the hangout spot. Cool. So I came in here to have some lunch with the Basenji dog, and they started with the loud music again. Kind of gave them a moment. You know what? Sometimes, you turn on your TV, it's really loud or something, whatever. Okay. So I gave them a moment, and I kept it going, and I did the typical pound on the floor, hey, knock it off. It was everywhere. It was so loud. It was the whole goddamn apartment. Not that this place is that big, but it was my room, the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, the whole goddamn place. You could hear their fucking music. So I pounded again. So they pound back. So I grabbed my keys and I went downstairs. I'm not about to have my life disrupted. I'm not going to be here a lot of the time. So while I'm here, I'm not going to have to put up with bullshit. Luckily, I have to go to the office tomorrow to turn in my move-in form, and I'm going to let them know. Straight let them know I'm not dealing with the fucking fiesta downstairs. I don't fucking care. Keep your shit down there. When I moved here, I specifically asked about noise. Specifically asked about the people I'd be living around. Oh no, they're quiet. You'll have good neighbors. Wrong. Because I knocked on that door. I gave them my best police knock. No answer. Waited, waited, waited. Knocked again. Waited, waited. Finally, he comes to the door. I'm like, look, man, music is too loud. I moved in upstairs. You now have a neighbor up there. Please turn down your music. Yeah, okay, no problem. Come back in. All the way back upstairs to the end of the hall. Come back in my room. Still loud as fuck. Wait. Give him time. His walk was shorter than mine, but whatever. Maybe. Whatever. Give him time. Turn it down. He did. Now him and some chick are down there yelling, which I probably should have mentioned last night, which I was so exhausted in my blog from last night, which was like after 11 o'clock at night that I did that. I can hear some chick screaming down there last night. Like just yelling. And it was 11 o'clock. And I was settling in for bed, and that's when I decided to vlog, and I could just hear her. And then they just now were having words about me coming down there. I know I was told there was concrete between these floors, but I don't believe it. I know that's what I was told, but I don't believe it. Unless these people are that fucking loud. They're coming through the concrete, through the underlayment, through the padding, through the carpet. So I've decided I'm not unpacking a lot of stuff. I am leaving a lot of stuff in the boxes. I'm like repackaging stuff to put them like most of the boxes together. There's no storage here, which I'm not used to at all. So there's no additional storage, but I'm using the space where um, they recommend you rent a washer and dryer, the stackable kind, to go in the kitchen. I'm not going to do that because I don't create that much laundry really. So um, I'm just going to have to find a laundromat because they don't have laundry on site. This isn't one of those ones where the washer and dryer is optional and you can just go do laundry somewhere else on the property. No, the laundry is non-existent here. So I have to go find a laundromat, but that's another day's vlog. Anyway, so that's one of the things I don't like. The no storage is something I also don't like. And I know that I'm only going to be here for the 369 days that I'm trying to continuously vlog on this place for. And I'm not going to unpack. Like, I took out my DVDs, last year and set them all up and everything. And I watched, I think, one or two of them, maybe, you know. So it's just no point. I set out my books and, you know, I have a book that I'm reading. Well, I have two books I'm reading. So I might find that book, but, like putting my books on the bookshelf. Why? Who cares? I personally don't reread books. So once I've read it and I bought it, it just sits on my bookshelf. But this year I'm like, why? What does it matter to do that? What does it matter to put those books out for the next year and then in another year repack them? What is the point? So I know I talked about last night how thin the windows are, how much noise they let in. It's still really loud, really noisy. Apparently there's a train track near here. As I was sitting with Basenji dog in the living room because it was thunderstorming a little bit earlier, so she was on my lap. Not on the couch that we had to get rid of, but just sitting on the floor with her. There you go. You guys can see I got the Polypro form. I would say it's about like almost 2 inches thick. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 is too much. Maybe an inch and a quarter. Anyway, you guys can see it right there. That's up against the window. And right now I can hear all the air conditioners that are currently running that are sitting outside running. I'm on the second floor. So I know that, that's not technically what that's for. I know it's supposed to go in between the walls and whatever and create kind of a barrier. Like, I get that, but I figured it's something that's really better than nothing until I can buy curtains for that, which I'm going to do as soon as I can. So anyway, there's that. I know I talked about it last night. It doesn't cover the entire window, but, again, something's better than nothing, I guess. And it's just so loud here. So I'm in my room again. I was gonna, have lunch and then take a nap, but my neighbors have decided that I won't be doing that. So I'm not really sure what to do right now. I know I'm gonna go to the office and complain. I know I'm gonna let them know, hey, I told you guys I'm not gonna listen to people. I'm not gonna deal with noisy neighbors. I'm not here that often, and when I am here, it's gonna be relaxing, It's gonna be for sleep, especially at night. If that chick's gonna be down there screaming at 11 o'clock at night every night, we're not gonna do this. I will have the cops out here every night. I don't care about repetition or calling every day. I don't care. Learn how to live in an apartment if you live in an apartment. Learn to be respectful or do not move to an apartment community. If you are one of those people who is just loud, no matter what you do, talking, listening to music, watching TV, you need a single family house. You do not need to live in an apartment around other people. Other people do not want to hear your music, do not want to hear your conversations, do not want to hear you having sex, do not want to hear your headboard hitting the fucking wall. You need to learn that your behavior needs to be modified when you're in a communal environment. You need to act like it's a community. Yeah, it's your place to live, but it's not your house. This isn't a single solitary place. You share the space with other people, and you need to be respectful of that, or you need to not live in this type of environment. There's just way too many goddamn people that are rude and think they can do whatever they want even though they live in an apartment. You have to be respectful. You have to be considerate. We don't have that anymore, especially in apartments. You don't have that. You don't have people that are respectful. You don't have people that care and say, maybe I should be quiet now. Maybe I shouldn't have my music this loud. You know, people have changed to the thought process of it's all about me. I can do what I want, no matter who else it's affecting. And that's not true. It simply is not true. These are really bad people that just don't understand how to live in an apartment. I can be loud too. I can turn up my TV and set it on the floor, and you can listen to that for an hour. I mean, I don't do those kinds of things because I realize I'm in an apartment. Thankfully, I'm only here till next July. This is a stopping point for me. This is not my final destination. This is not where I end up. I'm looking for that place. I was hoping to find that place when I moved over here, but unfortunately, due to the low wage I make and, being a single person, it's very difficult to live where I live because it's so expensive. And everywhere that you apply wants you to make 3 times the amount of rent. Why? Why do I have to make 3 times the amount of rent in a month? My pay stub should just show you that I can pay the rent. That's what you need to look at. Do you make enough to pay your rent? Pay some electricities. Pay some, water bills, whatever else they tack on. Because trust me, here they tack on $70 a month in water. So make sure I can cover what I owe you. And why does that have to be 3 times what I owe you? That's stupid. So maybe the vlogs will get more positive as we go on through the next year. I know next year I am not moving at all myself. I know that I'm hiring people. I'm not doing this. I am bruised. I know you can't see my leg, but that big round mound is my leg right there. There's just bruises. That's my hand trying to show you the bruises because there's no light for some reason. Just bruises up and down. I'm sore. I'm tired. My head hurts. I feel nauseous. There's everything that could be wrong. So next year I'm hiring movers when I do move out of here. But for now, I'm not unpacking. I'm not, putting a whole lot of away per se. Put it in places where it needs to go, or if it's something I need and I have to have access to it, I'll do that. But I'm not